We know where his mom lives. We know where his dad lives. We know everything about him, and everybody is going down. What's up, YouTube? You see, I got a crazy ass story to share to you guys. This is my craziest experience living in the United States. And look, I've had a lot of crazy ass experiences, but this one had to do with the cartel. So this was for real. I literally considered flying back home and running away. That's how crazy it was. Okay, so here's the story. I moved to the United States, Los Angeles to be particular, for film school, right? I went to New York Film Academy and I went to UCLA, University College Los Angeles, to study producing and to study film and media. I had just finished my master's degree in New York Film Academy, right? And then I was living in Burbank at the time. And then I was just walking my dog one afternoon, and then I get a text message. And I look at the text message. It was a random ass text message from a guy who claimed he was a cartel member. He did mention the cartel, some particular cartel, and he said I really messed up because I messed with his girl. And at that point, I'm thinking, what girl? I'm trying to backtrack, like, what girl have I messed with? I mean, I've messed around with few girls here and there, but like I never did any girl dirty, you know. He said that I did his chick dirty as fuck, and I was gonna pay the price. So I just said, you know what, this shit is a wrong number. And I write LOL, haha, wrong number. And then he sends me people that have been dismembered, like their body parts. There's a guy that his private part was, you know, chopped off and then put in his mouth. It was crazy, like really gore pictures of people. He sent that shit to me and said that he's not messing with me. This is going to be my fate. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, wrong number, bro. I was starting to, okay, this has to be a wrong number. Wrong number, bro. He's like, no, you're Samuel. That's my name, right? You're Samuel. I'm like, haha, okay, sure, anybody can know my name. He's like, Samuel Nkume. That's my full ass government name. And I'm like, what's going on here? He's like, I'm talking to you. He keeps texting me. He tries to, he calls, I pick up. He's screaming in Spanish. I can't really tell. And then he switches to English. And he's like, I fucked up with this girl. And he's sending 4 of his best men and they're on their way to me right now. I'm like, you know what? This is a prank. This cannot be real, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm still walking my dog and he's calling me again. I'm like, you think I'm joking with you? That you're dead today. Today is the day that you're done. And I'm like, if you're so sure about where I am, you're sending your best man, where do I live? He's like, you live in 1200, he mentions my entire address. At that point, I'm like, oh shit, this shit is for real. I'm thinking, is this one of I had a bad breakup with my ex, so I'm like, is my ex trying to get back at me, or is this one of my dumbass friends trying to prank me? But at that point, I'm taking the threat seriously. So I pack all my shit. I pack my PlayStation. I take my passport. I'm an international student. I need my passport and my visa and shit, Those things are important to me. So I take that shit. I take my PlayStation, and I take my dog. And I run to the nearest police station because I'm freaking out. I go to Burbank police station, right? I go there. This was around like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I talked to an officer there and I explained my situation to him. And he's like, no, you're just messing with you. That's not real. I'm like, but officer, he knew my address. He's like, yeah, address is public record. It doesn't matter. Anybody can know your address. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, give me your phone. You see, he doesn't know your apartment number, so and he was still texting. And then the officer took my phone and texted back at the guy and was like, okay, if you know me that well or you're sending your best man, what's my apartment number? This guy responds with my apartment number, apartment 124. Isn't that your apartment, Samuel? We're coming for you. I'm like about to shit on myself, bro. The cop is still telling me to relax, calm down. It's public information. I'm like, Mr. Police Officer, how is this public? How did they know my apartment number? He's like, dude, they can get that shit from Amazon. And then the guy, the cartel, whatever, keeps calling and calling and calling, right? He's calling. And the police officer picks up the call and he's like, this is officer something from the Burbank police. And the guy over the phone is like, I don't give a about no Burbank police. We're gonna end that guy's life. Samuel is dead. He's done. We were coming. 3 of our best men. We know where his mom lives. We know where his dad lives. We know everything about him. And everybody is going down. Dude, I am like shitting on I'm literally about to shit on myself. The officer is still trying to calm me down, saying nothing crazy is gonna happen. Nothing crazy is gonna happen. He was like, I messed with one of his girls and I broke her heart and shit. or I did something with her, like I had an escort or something, and the police officer was like, did you hire an escort? I was like, no, I did not. And they're like, nah, it was me, and I didn't pay or something, and that they need, whether it was $2,000 cash out. I'm like, okay. The officer's like, okay, cash out, okay, this is probably gonna be a scam. So he goes to his office to run a search or something on the phone number. He goes to run like a, I don't know, whatever, to know where the phone number is coming from. Turns out the number was coming from Dominican Republic. Apparently these guys were over in Dominican Republic trying to scam me from there, right? Still, it was still scary. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going home. I take my dog. I go to my friend's house in Hollywood. Him and his girl are like, oh, come on. It's not that big of a deal. I'm like freaking out. They're still calling me. So I blocked the number. They're calling me with different numbers, sending me more gore pictures. It was insane. I didn't sleep in my house for like the next 2 days. And then I went online to like Google, and I found out that it's actually a popular scam. A guy was like, it happened to his dad. They look into people that have like a clean record, you know, people that they can easily scare. And then they tell them that, you know, they threaten them so they can send money. And once you send money the first time, they're gonna keep coming back. So all that shit was a scam. And I'm telling you, I was like, yo, I was so freaked out. I didn't even tell my folks back home, my mom and my dad, because if I told my mom and my dad, they would have booked a freaking first class ticket out of the US back home, because they were not gonna have that. Anyway, that was a really, really crazy ass experience. And I'm just gonna put it out there for you guys, just in case you run across this scam. It's a scam, you know. It's funny because living in Los Angeles, I've been hit with a lot of scams. A lot of people have tried to scam me from job offers. This one was just like the craziest. So I have a lot of crazy stories of my 6 years living in Los Angeles. If you want to hear more of my crazy stories, you can subscribe to the channel, drop a like. Let me know what you think about what happened to me. Do you think you could have handled it differently? You think I was a pussy for running to the cops? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section, guys. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.